Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic. Today we are talking Star Wars, and we are not talking Star Wars Episode 8 because we have 2 more years, but there is a movie that happens first, and today we're going to talk about what we want from that movie, which is a spin-off or called a Star Wars story or anthology film called Rogue One. Here's what we know about Rogue One. We know that Rogue One is about, it's a prequel set immediately before Episode 4, A New Hope. And in this movie, Princess Leia or someone in the rebellion tasks a group to infiltrate the Empire and steal the plans for the Death Star. So at the beginning of Episode 4, we see that Leia has hidden the plans in R2-D2, but how did she get the plans? Who did that? So this tells the kind of Black Ops undercover mission that these select few did. All we really have is that synopsis and a picture which shows Felicity Jones, who's mostly known for The Theory of Everything, and Diego Luna, who is mostly known for movies like Milk and The Terminal, but he's done a lot of Spanish language films, which I'm not familiar with, but he's done a lot. And so those are the two kind of immediately familiar names in the picture, but those of you out there, you may know some other people. That's really all we know. So now we're going to cover 5 things that I want. And I want you to sound off in the comments if you agree with these things, if you want the movie to be a different way, things that you expect and want from Star Wars Rogue One. The first thing is I want something different. All of these Star Wars episodic movies will probably have a similar kind of adventure tone, right? Kind of appealing to the masses. But it'd be cool if they start to go in different genres. Like maybe this movie is a heist movie or a dark war movie, like a kind of Saving Private Ryan kind of situation where kind of everyone is expendable. You don't know who's going to live or die. It'd be cool to see them take some risks with these anthology films and maybe go in different directions. Maybe a film is really fantastical and one is really kind of mind trippy. Take this opportunity to kind of go into different directions. That'd be cool to see them take a risk like that. Since this happens immediately before A New Hope, it'd be cool for my second idea to kind of cross over, but not in an overbearing, unwanted way. But it might be cool in a scene to see Darth Vader, right? They're trying to infiltrate the Empire. He cruises by, gives some orders, on his way. But we don't need a lot of Darth Vader. Just some references or one scene. That'd be really cool. But there is a character that's perfect for this. In the prequels, we saw Jimmy Smits as the adoptive father of Princess Leia and kind of one of the founders of the rebellion. And now that it's like 20 years later, both the movie is 20 years later and the events are 20 years later. So Jimmy Smits, his age still pretty much lines up. So it'd be cool to see him as one of the founders of this rebellion, maybe give them the orders to go find the Death Star plans. We can't see characters like Princess Leia or Han because the actors are now 30 years older. But Jimmy Smits is now right on track, and it'd be cool to see some connective tissue between the original movies. The third thing I want is really something I don't want, and that is I don't think I want Jedi. I think I want this to be average people, or aliens, whatever, doing fantastical things, but they're not Jedis, they're not wielding lightsabers, they're just people out there risking their lives and potentially dying for this mission. We'll have plenty of other movies where we see lightsaber battles, and it's, huge, powerful characters. But here, I think the story is really about the front lines of the war and what that looks like. So I think we should take this opportunity to not focus on the Force, but really focus on the people that are just trying to survive. The fourth thing I want is there to be payoff from this movie in Episode 8 and 9. That even though it's a prequel, there's ways that they can retcon what's happening now. And one of the big ones, and this is not a theory I had, but a theory I'm just stealing from some commenters that I saw, is that Felicity Jones might be playing Rey's mother. And if the theory that Luke is her father, whoever, it lines up. That Felicity Jones might be playing a leader in this rebellion, doing these crazy things. She might cross paths with Luke after Return of the Jedi. So this might be a way to answer the question of who is Rey and to really get invested in her family in a different way, in an interesting way, that now Rogue One means more to Episode 8 and 9 than it would if there was no connective tissue. Lastly, I want a good story. I think it'd be easy to say, let's go crazy and have these action scenes and let's bring in the Jedis and let's do all this. While that might be fun, that's what the prequels did. The prequels had great fight scenes. There was a lot of lightsaber battles. There was a lot of big epic wars, but they focused on, there's a lot of CGI, and there was a lot of just what is happening. But I just want to make sure they have a good story, that they have compelling characters, and that they're really focusing on them and what they're going through, and that is the story. You know, the characters drive the momentum of what's happening. And I think we'll get that. And I think Disney knows that. They've done a great job with both Marvel and Pixar, so we have no reason to not trust them. And they've done a great job with The Force Awakens, so I think we're in good hands. So those are the 5 things that I want from Rogue One. But you, what do you want? Do you want more Jedis? Do you want Rogue One to not be a prequel? We hate prequels. Like, what do you want Rogue One to be like? Do you agree with these comments? If so, you know, like, thumbs up the ones that you agree with. Make sure you subscribe. Let me know if there's other Star Wars things you want me to talk about. We will be doing a video much like this about Episode 8, but we have 2 years to really let that simmer. So let me know in the comments if there's other stuff you want to talk about. Otherwise, that's it. We'll see you next time.